Hey guys, great to see that the camera's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Let's see. Give me a moment. Um, let's see. It was just working a minute ago. I think what it might be is a dead battery. So give me a second. Let me see. Where do I have those? Just a moment. That will be over here. Oh, no. Wait a minute. Yeah, it ideally wouldn't be battery powered, but let's see. For some reason with the power cord plugged in, it was not working. Well, like it was, and then it wasn't for some reason. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if that will do the trick. Don't know. Pretty sure that battery is charged, and now it's not turning on whatsoever. So, we're off to a good start so far. But give me a second, guys. I'm gonna see what I can do for us. They're not even turning on. Well, pretty sure these batteries are charged. Let me see. Well, that's fun. All right. Anyway, while I'm checking out the battery situation on that camera, we may have to cut the stream very short. And not stream at all until I can figure out what's going on with this thing. So let me just put our camera back here for a moment. Here, hi. Yeah, supposed to be building this guy. So yeah, the Sinanju looks better. It's one of those kits that yeah, it looks great, and you've probably seen it a million times, like built up, and you see how great it looks out of the box. It doesn't, I mean, admittedly, it doesn't look near as good as it does when it's like actually all painted up. But, you know, done proper justice, it does look amazing. Despite its age, the unicorn, the Master Grade Unicorn Ver.Ka as well. I would say, apparently these batteries are not charged. Let's see. Let me see. Because it's plugged in, so even if it's not charged, it's plugged into a power source, it should be turning on. The fact that the camera's not even turning on, it's got me scratching my head. So let me see. It's plugged in down here. Underneath and behind all this stuff, so of course, give me a moment. Aha. Yes, interesting. Well, yeah. No discernible issue there. So, that's not it. Let me just give the camera a moment to see if it wants to wake up. I'll just hang out with you guys for a moment while we're waiting to see what's going on with that. What were we talking about? Yeah, the Sinanju. Yeah, I think it's going to be a great kit when it's all said and done. I'm feeling confident. I kind of, since I said to myself that I really want to, you know, actually like really seriously give GBWC a go this year, and move ahead with this idea. And like I talked about, it's an idea that I've had for couple of years. Or I shouldn't say it's an idea I've had for a couple of years. That sounds like I've like kind of been actively thinking about it. It's an idea that I had a couple years ago that I dusted off and have then now kind of been working on again in my head as we're getting ready for this. So anyway, yeah, where was I going with that? Yeah, since I decided that, certainly gone through, you know, the spectrum of thoughts between I can do this and there's no way I can do this. But at the moment I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like I think it's kind of helping that the kits are coming along because when I started off, there's a number of kits that I'm going to be using for this, and I don't even have anything even snap built. Now that stuff's getting actually like built, I can kind of like now start to visualize the whole thing a little bit better. Feeling a bit more confident that at least I can achieve what I want to build. Whether it will be good, whether it will be a winning entry or not, I don't know. That we'll see. But anyway, yeah, not helpful that we can't really build the Sinanju right now with this camera not working. But yeah, the hope is that maybe it will work. Maybe it'll change its mind. We'll see. Because it was working a moment ago. I've got, let's see, hang on. Got one other idea that I'm wondering if it might be the cause. 70 people in here at the moment. What a fail. So glad you guys could all join me to not be building this kit yet. I apologize for that. Hopefully we'll be getting to it in a matter of moments here, but just trying to get to the bottom of this issue here. No, that's not doing it. My only guess is that the battery's dead. Oh, wait. It's alive. Ah! It's alive. But the question is, will it be working? When I plug this in, let's see. Keeps giving me some kind of damn error or something. But it's working for the moment. Haha! Alright. Well, fingers crossed it stays that way. Let's get to work. On camera. Yes. Haha! But it's not focused. Hold on, please. I can do something about that. Yes. So glad that we were able to get that sorted. Because, yeah, I can see there's a fair amount of you guys hanging out with us today. With me. Hanging out together today. So I'm glad to see it. And would have been a shame to have to cancel and postpone. Nobody wants that. What a pain. Nothing like an abrupt change of plans to really set off my anxiety. But okay. So let me just say some hellos to those of you who have been in here hanging out so far. Are you going to watch the Seed movie? Probably at some point. I'm not sure I'm going to see it right away. I don't even know how I would watch it. How is it even being released? I don't know. Is it cheating if your kids are priming your parts? If you're talking like GWC, I don't know. Yes, I couldn't say. And a couple things to note as we get to building here. One thing you'll notice, the piping parts I don't have cut out yet just because I didn't want to make a mess of those, so that is something we will have to do on the fly. I typically don't like to be cutting parts and dealing with nubs and all that stuff on camera. I feel like if it's even possible, that's even more boring than just watching me chat and build, but so I try to avoid it. Dude, you can do it. Cause the more you do anything, the better you'll be. Yeah, Adam, yes, about that. Yeah, I'll do it, and we'll see how it goes. I don't speak English, but I starting English. Lacaro, welcome. And it's okay if you don't speak English. You can just hang out, watch, listen. Yeah. Okay. So this Sinanju. Yeah, I built this kit. 2009, around there. Which would have been like shortly after it came out, I believe, 2009, I think. So, and since then, I've built, well, let's see, the OVA version and the Sinanju Stein narrative version. So, it's not my first rodeo with this kit. Should be pretty good. We will, of course, be paying close attention, being very careful with the dreaded hip, waist, what is it? Peg? Yes. It's like a train going by off in the distance, and I can hear it. And like I can feel the vibration. Very bad. Wow, Sinanju, how was the assembly? Well, so far so good. Except that this part. Ooh, I really don't like how tight that sounds. Oh my goodness. Yow. I don't know about, like, this isn't even the dreaded peg. I'm pretty concerned about the sound of this one right now. Oof. I have a feeling that like once it's on there, it'll be better. Oh my goodness. Ah! It's not good. The entirety of my plans up in smoke before the kit is even built. Oh god. There's no way that I'm putting this together incorrectly, right? Yeah, okay. Just making sure. Because god damn. Oh my goodness. I think I might even have to get out my pliers. William, thank you for stopping by. Problem is, I don't know if my pliers here are quite big enough. They're not. Okay. Well, they are for this. Get on there. You guys didn't see that, okay? Don't tell anyone. Man, that's kind of crazy. Is there? Oof, man. Is there actually something that I'm doing wrong here? Because I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be that tight. Holy moly. I had to use a pin vise. Yeah, I don't know. Man. All right. We got it. We made it. For the time being, it's fine. So this is the joint that I guess in theory would provide for some like side-to-side motion in the waist. Holy cow. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to make a little mental note of that to be very careful with that part. It's not like it's going to be the end of the world if it ends up breaking. Oh man, what is going on? I do not like how tight everything is on these parts. I'm gonna do some sanding on these pegs. Yikes. Hang on. A little bit of filing. I would much rather them be a little bit too loose and I can glue them in place than have to deal with this. Yikes. Ah, yow. I need to get it apart, though, is the problem. Jesus. Safe to say that's not an aspect of this kit that I remember. Let's see, is that better? Yeah, it's better. Okay. All right. Well, all right. It's a little bit of filing around the peg. That's what it's going to take. And it's still tight. Like I said, I'd rather it be slightly loose. Don't have to deal with that. If it's loose, I can glue it. If it's tight, then I'm going to be worried about it breaking the whole time. And we definitely would not want that. Okay, so that's a much more comfortable fit. Now, moving on. So how was your guys' weekend? Hope y'all enjoyed it. Put WD-40. Don't have any here, unfortunately. I do have some at home, but yeah. How was your guys' weekend is what I would like to know. We had a pretty good one. I think it's kind of relaxing, I guess. Didn't really get up to anything too crazy. Got a little bit of work done around the house, got some relaxing done, and that made for a pretty nice weekend. Anyone here waiting for the Sinanju Ver.Ka? Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I mean, as you know, as unexciting as it is on paper, I mean, it's still a very handsome kit at the end of the day. So always looking forward to another version of that. I don't mind, so I should say. Another version of this, actually. In fact, I'm not sure this part is on there properly. Hang on. It definitely maybe was or was not. But let's try it again, just to be sure. Can't really tell. Everything's black on these parts, so I can't really tell if it's fit together properly. Although I believe it is. It sort of looks like it anyway, so I think that's right. There's like another peg. Oh yeah, no, it was not actually. There was another peg that I couldn't tell if it was actually in where it's supposed to be or not. One of those ones where I think it's going to be a bit of a chore to take this apart later on, but that's okay. Don't mind too much kind of destroying the part in the process of disassembly. God damn, though. Okay. It's doing a good job of annoying me so far. So we have this part here. See what I'm dealing with? This piece needs to fit into here. And it would be easy enough if it just slots into this like little square slot there, but right over here in this corner there's also a teeny tiny little peg hole, which I don't know if you guys can see. But yeah, there's also a little peg in there. Completely unnecessary, but it does make it difficult to actually get this part into where it needs to be, so that's cool. Oh my god. So we're just gonna keep taking this apart and putting it back together. until the peg goes in where it's supposed to be. Oh, wait a minute, this is the wrong part. Just kidding, it's right, it just doesn't fit. Stand it down slightly, had the same issue. Look, there's a lot of modification that I could be doing right now to make this part fit. I'm just trying to make it as fit as it's supposed to for the time being. I think it might be easier if I do this. Okay, yeah. So it also says in the manual that you're supposed to put these side pieces on first before putting the cockpit hatch piece on. I kind of missed that because I always seem to not notice this symbol in the manual. This one, which means do this first, or actually do this later in this case. But I hate this symbol. All the other symbols in the in here are so obvious, and that's the only one that's just not. I don't know. It's just not obvious to me. All right. Is painting the advanced MS joint in the older RG a good solution for stability? If you're talking about like for the Sinanju, I don't know, like generally I wouldn't think that painting would be the good solution for stability on that frame. I mean, ooh, painting would make it more stable, yeah. But I mean, painting with the goal to simply just make the frame more stable. I think there's other ways, like if your goal is to just make the frame more stable, there's other ways that you can do that. I think would make more sense than painting. But I mean, if you're going to be painting, then yeah, just paint, and it will have the added bonus effect of making the parts more stable. Yeah, I would imagine so. All right, this part also is a little bit tight, I can feel, so I'm just gonna preemptively do a little filing here on the peg, with just a little bit, because this is gonna be for the arm, so I don't want it to be too weak. But like I said, everything's gonna need to be taken apart again later, so. Awful. Are all the pegs gonna be like this? No. No! Okay. Which kit is better, the Ver.Ka or regular Bandai kit? By regular Bandai kit, well, I'm assuming Ryan, you're asking about this kit. And by regular kit, I'm assuming you're talking about the OVA version. The OVA is better. The OVA version is better for a couple of reasons. Number one, the frame is all PS plastic instead of ABS plastic, if I remember correctly, which is great. The other reason is that the OVA version also comes with the bazooka, if I remember correctly, which this version also does not include. So when this kit came out, the bazooka at first was just like a pack-in that you could only get with a issue of the manga, which is how it was originally released. Which is why if you look at it in like the MG Sinanju OVA version or the Sinanju Stein or any other version that comes with that bazooka, It's on like it's like 2 really small runners because it was originally packaged with the manga. So that's why the runners look that way. If you notice a difference, I mean, it's not like an incredibly unusual like runner shape, but you know, if you did happen to notice that they are slightly different looking than the rest of the kit, that's why. My goodness. All right. Okay, now we find ourselves needing to work on these parts. Let me just get these other couple of their little bits out of the way here first, and then we'll get to the not fun stuff. So let's see. It's gonna go on there. This part's gonna go up here. Our neck joint. And all these parts around on here. Ooh. Okay. Just wondering. Wondering if I needed to put these parts on first. If I'd again missed the section in the manual about, or missed the cue about putting other parts on before these. Come on then. Literally, what's stopping you? Okay, I need to put this collar piece down into the top of there. There we go. And I think it was just a tight tolerance was the only thing stopping it. I don't know, but I didn't appreciate it. Spring! Spring has sprung. And I need my nippers. Which are over there. I wish spring had sprung. I'm tired of this cold weather. And it's not even that cold compared to what maybe a lot of you are experiencing in different parts of the country and different parts of the world, but as for me, it's cold enough. Let's see, we need 8 on each side, and we have 10. And 8. Okay. Gonna try not to spend too much time. Like I said, I didn't want to cut these parts out ahead of time, just for fear of losing them, or also mixing them up, because there's 2 different like shape ones on this little runner here. Half of them are number 1, half of them are number 2, and they're, I don't know, honestly, they're probably exactly the same. They look like they might be slightly different though, so just in case not to mix them up, I decided not to cut them out ahead of time. So bear with me a moment, it'll just take a second to get these cleaned up well enough just for the time being. I can obviously clean them up and do whatever else more with them later on. Don't know if I may end up wait a minute. Okay. I thought it rolled off the table or something. Don't know if I may end up using different parts or something for this. I think there's a HG Builders parts set for these like pipe detail parts, right? I think that's true. Have a small flat, prefer 144. He says, looking at his PG. What? I ordered my first notch-in kit. Got the SPV notch-in. any of you guys working on a Nachin or Marutoys kit for the contest? I'm wondering. I went through, like, if you have already sent an entry email for that, you should have got a reply. Unless you like just sent your entry email like within the past couple hours. But this morning I went through and got all the entries so far checked in. I think so far we're about at 40 entries. And it does seem like there's a lot more entries in the Nachin side than there are in the Marutoys side. So just saying, if you guys haven't entered yet and you're thinking about entering, at the moment, if you enter in the Marutoys category, I think you're going to have a lot less competition. So just something to keep in mind. Does seem like more people are going for the Nachin side, which makes sense in a way. I understand. The contest for, it's not a requirement that you be a watcher or a audience member of my channel, but if you're aware of the contest, you're probably a viewer of my channel, and in that case, you're probably into more Gunpla and Mecha whenever, and the Notching kits are certainly a bit more to that end, more so than the Marutoys kits, so it's very understandable. That's where the majority of people would gravitate to. But personally, I really love the Marutoys kits. They're a lot of fun and very different, so I'm hoping that we will see plenty of those entries as well. Still pretty early on. Okay. Here's the first 8, and we have another 8 to do here for the torso, and then we still have to do there's another segment of piping on the waist section as well. To be honest, I'm a bit worried we may not have enough time to finish the entirety of the build. Alright. Will you review the third-party MGGPO2 when it comes out, Shinobi? And I've seen on Twitter that release has been canceled, and that I guess the company was refunding people who pre-ordered on Taobao. That's what I had seen. I mean, that could not be the case. I don't know. I haven't seen it like officially confirmed, but I saw someone mention about that. Can anybody else confirm? According to what I saw, that kit is canceled. Yeah. Oh no. I'm gonna have to really be careful here, because I really don't want. I mean, fortunately we have extras, but don't feel like losing any of these. All right. We had a couple of close calls already. Quick question. Did you get the Stargazer? No, I didn't get that one either. I don't think that I will. I think here, like at USA Gundam Store, we were able, as far as last I heard, I could be wrong about this, don't quote me on this. Last I had heard, which was not recently, this was probably like a couple weeks ago, that we weren't able to get as much as we were hoping to be able to get. Now we'll get enough, because I believe it's still available for pre-order. I don't know if the pre-order is sold out yet or not. We'll get enough, but I think I'd heard something about how we're not going to be able to get maybe as much as we wanted to get of that particular kit. So if it's going to be like a bit of a shortage situation, as in like just not very many of them available for people, then Yeah, I think I'm just gonna pass. I'll let other people enjoy the kit. Yeah. I don't need it. It looks cool. I have a lot of other things to build, so. Yeah, unfortunately. Play a Gundam game. I don't even know what Gundam games are out and or popular at the moment. I have no idea. I used to play the Gundam Breaker, the mobile game, when it first came out. What was it called at first? It was like Gundam Battle Gunpla Warfare or something like that. It was a pretty bad name. Very confusing. But yeah, I just kind of got bored of it. Quit playing. When I moved to America and got a new phone, I just didn't reinstall it. And now it's gone. So good thing. Good thing I didn't spend any more time on that game. Have you built Lucas's Strike? Yes. Are you the person that asked me about reviewing that like a couple months ago or something? So yeah, I have built that kit a long time ago, and I've been thinking about getting one and building it just to make a review, basically, just because someone asked me if I would. I wonder where that is. Yeah, so I built that kit a long time ago before I was doing anything on YouTube. So, but it's a cool kit. It's a cool design. I wouldn't mind revisiting it. So yeah, I've been thinking about that since someone asked me. Somebody just messaged and asked if I could review it. So yeah, it's a cool one. Any advice on painting Kotobukiya ABS kits? Super scared of cracking. Hey, just be careful is the main thing. I don't know. Yeah, it's happened to me, and it's a pain. But when parts crack and break, you just glue them back together and then repaint. That's just a little tip to anybody out there who's recently been dealing with broken parts of any kind, you know. Now let's see. I got all these on here, but I think I may have miscounted or I misplaced one or something. Well, let's see. One just came off there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One came off. Where is it? I don't know. Did I drop one? I don't think so. Let's see. I don't think that I did. Looking carefully, it's not like hiding somewhere. Maybe I did drop one because I did hear something. I thought I heard something fall. Let me see. Let's see. Well, I don't know. Fortunately, we have extras, so I don't know. I may find it or may not. We'll see. But it's kind of strange. Oh no. I didn't even cut it off the runner. It's right there. Well, that's good. I'd rather it not be lost, so. Even though it's one that we have extras and I may not be using anyway, because I may replace them ultimately with different parts. I'm not sure yet, but for now, That's good. So once those are on there, we plug this onto here carefully. And slot that into there. Okay. Nice. We should be done with the torso. This, oof. This part should push in. And it is on one side. Man, this kit. It's not making my day. This torso hatch, or chest cockpit hatch, that's what it's called, slides out and then opens up. And if it's in, that means that it's in. It's not like it's like not in there properly. So the fact that it's even in there, I know that it's in the right spot. God damn, there we go. Just took a little force to get it pushed in. Okay, anyway, let's move on to the head. God dang. That took a little while just to get the torso together. Let's see if we can't speed things up a little bit here. Okay. We do also have this little clear part for the mono eye. Let's see, what are you doing for gold trim? Well, for the moment, nothing. I am gonna do a review, but the main reason why I'm building this kit is for my competition entry. And for that, I won't be using the gold trim kind of per se. So ultimately nothing. And for the time being, probably nothing as well, just because I could put it on just for the sake of the review, and I guess, I don't know, I'll think about that, but ultimately it's just going to be a waste of my time because I'm going to be taking it off again later. But for the sake of a thorough review, I don't know, I may put it on there just for you guys, but if you're going to insist. But, you know, if you felt like just saying, hey, you know, don't worry about it, it's all right, you know, don't need to spend your time on that. We all know what it looks like with the gold on there. We can use our imaginations. We just want to see the kit and what it's like, and honestly probably don't even need to review it, but I figure we might as well, just to give a little insight as to what this kit is like. Greg is here. Will Gunpla Talk ever come back? That was always entertaining and fun. Greg, I wish I could say yes. And I actually recently was thinking like it would be cool to do like a reunion special episode, just like get the whole gang back together. And but yeah, no plans at the moment. And I would highly doubt that Gunpla Talk would be like return in a way that would be similar to how it was before. Like I said, if we're gonna do anything, it'll be just like something like I'm talking about, just sort of like a reunion kind of thing. But fortunately, the head was much easier. I messaged him a while back about getting Gunpla Talk back. What's up? Sorry. It's fine. I am alive. You want to say something? Say hello? 142 good folks who are watching me build the Sinanju. on that note, Adam and I will be live together tomorrow. Oh, the arm is next, right? Yeah, okay. I was kind of like briefly like looking at the instruction manual. Not sure if this was the right direction as to what was going next, but arm is next. Arms. Where are they now? Reunion. Yeah, sort of like that. Imagine like Friends reunion special, but with all of us. Yeah, I did talk with Tim just the other day. I mean, like, I occasionally will like share just like kind of passing comments, like Justin and Simon on stuff. Simon will sometimes comment on my videos or something. I'll sometimes comment on stuff that Justin's building or whatever. Tim, I just talked to a little bit the other day. Tim's like probably one of the ones that I've talked to, maybe more than some of the other ones. Jim as well, if you guys remember. That's going back to the early, original Gunpla Talk days, and then of the much later Gunpla Talk days with Josh. Josh is probably the one that I talked to the most. Spikes on the shoulder are a pain to get in. That's another part that I will actually I don't plan on using ultimately. So that'll be convenient. I just saw this at the local Hobby Lobby for 40% off. Pass on it because I'm trying to focus on other backlog items. Should I still cop? Joshua asked. Josh, if you really want an MG Sinanju, I would just go for the OVA version. Like this kit is fine, but the OVA version is definitely the better version to get. So, I mean, unless you really want one for a project and like you really need it right away, and this is the only one that's available, then I would say yeah, go for it. But barring that, I would say like just get an OVA version if you can. All right. There is a couple of parts here that we're also going to have to cut out here in just a second. Little yellow parts there. What does OVA stand for? OVA is original video animation, I believe, which, I mean, honestly, I don't really know why that's what they call. Like, it's essentially like a, I don't know, TV movie? Kind of? Or, I don't know, because Unicorn, like, as the original series, before it was recut to, like, the re version, whatever, the TV episode animated version of Unicorn. The original release is the OVA version, and it wasn't like on TV. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know more about it. It's an anime thing, I guess. If you guys know more about that, I've never really understood why it's called OVA, but I do know what it stands for. Just don't know what it means. That's not correct, I'd say. The OVA was the one you saw. Well, yeah. If that's the one you saw, and you've been wanting to get one, then yeah, go for it. Got an idea for Bandai? How about an MGEX Sinanju? I think that would be awesome. Basically, I think what could be like the EX point for it could basically be goddamn. The like gold trim, basically making like a 1/100 scale master grade version of the RG, right? Where the black and gold are actual separate parts. Original visual animation is more or less the work was given more time to polish up the visuals than a TV. Okay, I mean, original visual animation. Okay, I mean that makes more sense. That like that's kind of what makes it different. Is that more like a movie in terms of the production quality, I guess you would say. Man, this kit is going to be a real pain to disassemble. Not looking forward to that. Well, it could make my life a little bit easier, like cutting some of these pegs, etc., but not really thinking so much ahead, I guess. All right, let's see. We got a couple of these kind of like false piston type of parts here. Yo, just listen to that squeak. You hate to hear it. So straighten that up, and then our like frame parts here on the side. These upper arm pieces. OVA means that it was aired in theaters or direct to disc without a TV cut. Likewise, ONA, original net animation, that was aired online, such as YouTube, without a TV release. Interesting. Okay. Well, there you go. You asked, and you're getting some quite thorough answers there. Now the question is that correct? These little hose bits sticking out here. And another one of these. Yeah, I remember this part. It's kind of particularly silly. Here we go. It's like that. And our forearm armor. Oh, God. It's endless. Alright, no offense to Bandai, that squeaky sound reminded me of when I tried to build a bootleg MG Justa. Well, yeah, it's not pleasant. Certainly not. And, okay, these have a particular orientation here. And I'm going to try to see if I can get it right. These tiny little yellow verniers in the forearm. I think I got it. Let's see. Then these parts go here. Cover that up, which is good. I think it's right. Oh, we were actually supposed to put this piece here on the front like ages ago. Forgot about that. There we go. And then this part here. Right? Yeah, I guess so. Right? Yes. Okay. So that's like that. I'm gonna pop this wrist piece onto here. Now we're grooving, and we can connect our arm. Oof. This hand is pretty straightforward. Yeah, that's the challenge here for my contest entry. It's, I think like basically every part is going to Is that correct? I feel like that's not the right piece. No, I don't think so. That's backwards. Okay, I don't think that's the right part, unfortunately. I'm gonna need new hands basically for everything, and so that's tricky because I don't want to use anything 3D printed. As far as I know, anything that's 3D printed is a potential risk of having some sort of judging issue. So just to be safe, not going to use anything 3D printed and not going to use anything. What the hell? Is that also not the right piece or something? Yeah, I'm not going to use anything 3D printed and not going to use anything non-Bandai, essentially. Unless it's just like flop light. Alright, let's see. I think I got the wrong finger pieces here somehow. You would think. Wouldn't really make that much of a difference. Alright, let's see. Oh, apparently. Because there's that, and then here's this. Would you say that Ebikawa can replace Katoki if ever? Question mark. Replace him as what? I'm not sure. Like, as like the guy to do like Gunpla art. I've talked about this before in a past video. I can't remember which exact video it was. I think when we were just talking about like in the video talking about the lack of MG releases as of like recent years. I think it was in that video where I mentioned an idea that actually someone brought up in my Discord server, that it would be cool if Bandai would do some, like, aside from like Ver.Ka, but have like a whatever for some other mecha artists like Ebikawa or whatever the case may be. I think it's a cool idea. Something that, I mean, we wouldn't be getting a ton. It's not like they would just be giving a Ver or whatever out to like any and every single like mecha designer that's done Gunpla work ever, Gundam designs. But I think, I mean, there's a certain, like, there's a handful of like the really prolific ones that are not exactly like household names, but in this hobby space. That's not right. Here we go. Man. I think that's right. Let's see. There we go. This little vent detail, for some reason I can't get it in there. Is Ver.Naoki an option? If so, please. I mean, like, essentially we kind of already have that with like the Genius headline of P Bandai MG kits. It's like, for all intents and purposes, it's pretty much like a Ver.Naoki line. So I don't know. It would be cool though to have like a proper, I mean, like someone like Ver.Ka, like a proper Ver.Naoki like label or something on the box, something like that. I mean, sure. The problem with these is that each one is different, I don't know which one's which, so let's see. That's gonna be this one. And okay, there's like a little hint here in Japanese. But here's what I'm gonna do. Just try it. Yeah, okay. There's like a little bump on the bottom of this part here that like lines up with a little bump on this part. It's kind of nice, interesting little visual cue that Bandai at least tried to help you out with, I guess. That's not to say that other designers suck. I say Kotoki is up there. He's like Schumacher. Wait a minute. Okay. So a couple of things. First of all, apparently I missed the installation of the beam saber handles, which I think is probably just maybe later on in the manual. That's maybe why I didn't do that, but okay. Put that on there. And also this part. Somehow I missed, but so that's gonna go there. That horrid creaking. Should I... Well, let's see. I don't know. Should I sand that peg down a little bit? Yeah, I think so. Oof. Ah. Oof. Oof. Ah. Oof. It's so uncomfortable. I'm not even sure if that's in all the way now is the problem. Well, let's just pretend that it is for now, shall we? Okay. I have a feeling it's not. No, it's definitely not. Come on. Yep, there we go. I think that's it. Close enough. Oh my god, it's so creaky. I really don't like that. I also really don't remember that. I don't remember this kit being like this, but alright. Which is also kind of weird, because generally, like, this is that's just like a sound that I associate so much more with like polystyrene, not with ABS. ABS has like a certain, it's not rubber, but like a, I don't know, certain like kind of softer feel to it, I feel like. Before building the other arm, I'm actually gonna sidestep a minute over to the waist section, because I'm a little bit worried about if we may run out of time. I want to at least get like the waist and one of the arms and one of the legs done. We may not have time to get both. So the waist section here is going to mean cutting out some more piping parts that we need. Grease those joints. Yeah, it needs something, and I'm not worried about it like ultimately, because the pose is going to be fixed and like everything's going to be glued eventually, so it really doesn't matter in that way, but still it's not comfortable. Alright. Actually, real quick, let's see. I'll put the side skirts together first, just so at least the parts are out of the way. I know it's just a couple of parts here. There we go. And the other one here. Austin. Let's see, what's Austin's question? What do you think is the best 30 minutes missions kit? I'm getting my first one. Yeah, that's a really tough question. I would say just get one, whatever looks cool to you, because they're all gonna be pretty much the same in terms of, like, I don't know, just quality and value kind of across the board. They're pretty much made to make you to have to get like additional sets and stuff, which is fine. It's not like a bad point of the line. But I mean, if there's a particular one that like you really like the design as it is, then yeah, go for it. Otherwise, I mean, just think of the line as any like one kit that if you choose, is pretty much just going to be like a starter kit, I guess. I don't know how to necessarily word it. Yeah, like a starter kit to basically introduce you to the line, and then you'll not necessarily have to, but probably ultimately want to get some more, just to kind of give you all the options and everything. So this here is the infamous peg that a lot of people ended up breaking on their kit. I'm gonna be proactive and sand this down. If it's anything like the other pegs that we've experienced in the build so far, I think the issue is just going to be that it's really tight. And it's a pretty big kit, like, generally. So yeah, considering that the whole like big and heavy top half is connected to a big and heavy bottom half just via this one peg, which yeah is not that substantial, kind of makes sense why there was an issue there. Mine never broke on my original kit, and I don't expect it to break this time either, but just out of an abundance of caution, go ahead and give that just a little bit of filing ahead of time. Let's see. Wait a minute. Come on, Bandai. Come on, 2009 Bandai. If a part doesn't, if it's not supposed to go that way, then don't even let it fit that way. Modern Bandai kits are so idiot-proof. You can't even put the part on there wrong because it just won't fit. But wasn't always the case. And yeah, man, I have a feeling I'm just gonna like destroy half this kit in the process of disassembling it. It's gonna be a bad time, and there's definitely a lot more that I could be doing to make that easier on myself later on, that I'm just not doing, but I don't know. That's not right. There's our one front skirt. Personally, don't. Let's see. Take that into account. Beta or alpha. I mean, I still talking about 30 minutes missions. 30 minutes missions. Who would have thought that 30 minutes missions would have been as successful as it's been, carrying on for so long? I think sometimes when Bandai tries things like that, I mean, they really don't know how well it's going to take off. I assume they were probably pretty confident in like the mechanical designs, maybe, so they were feeling pretty good about how well the line was going to do. But I mean, you never know. Could have gone nowhere. Linky and weird. How is that supposed to go in there? Ugh. Not easily. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's just hope that pushing this piece in will push that gray piece in a bit more, but in fact it did not, so that's not going to work. It's a little gray piece in here on the back skirt. It's kind of tricky. There we go. Just about time for us to start clipping some more pipe pieces. So we first need our 2 more springs. These are going to be stuck on here. And we need, once again, 8 of each. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I think with these I can actually do one side at a time, which is good. Keep my extras just in case. All right, can we get a dab for the chat? No, we cannot. We can get a thank you, chat. We can get a thanks for being here. Let's see. So what's your guys' plans for the week? Anything interesting? I'm hoping to have this kit. Well, let's see. I don't know. I think it's going to be kind of tough, but hoping to have this kit and all of the other remaining kits for my project all at least snap built this week, so that I can start working on the kind of the layout and the base for the project. I don't know though. That, well, I guess yeah, it can work. I think after this, then it's just the 2 Roselle kits. Where do you guys put the emphasis on, the Roselle or Rezel? It's like refined Zeta, right? So it should be Roselle? Roselle? I think that's right. Anyway. Yeah. Rezel? Re is probably correct. What does it say on the box? When in doubt, check the Japanese. The Japanese says... Master grade. Rezel. There you go. Yeah, it makes sense since the re part of it is refined, right? So. Anyway, yeah, just have the 2 of those to build after this. No, I am planning on also going to be building the MG Sinanju Ver.Ka, but I don't need that built at the moment for just getting the layout and everything all done, because it's the only reason I need the Sinanju Ver.Ka is basically just to kit bash some parts with this. And at least for planning the layout and everything, I don't need that. Just this kit on its own, unmodified, can stand in. That's the goal. I think I can do it. This will be built, well, yeah, like I said, probably not finished today, but like finished first thing in the morning. Then just the one of the 2 Rizel is already all cut up and in a box like this, and about like 20%, probably less, but around there, 15% of it is ready to live build. I don't think that I'm gonna live build both versions of the Roselle. I have the regular one and the Commander. Which one? I'll leave it up to you guys. Which version of the Roselle would you guys like to see for a live build? Because it's kind of pointless to live build both of them. I mean, on the one hand, I guess why not? But on the other hand, if the point of these live builds is just to kind of like share the building experience with you guys, obviously the experience is not going to be too different from one of those to the other. Defensor? Yeah, it's not the Defensor. That one I actually already built and reviewed years ago. Oh, no. Don't want this peg to snap right away. Alright, come on. It's barely in there. Just come back out. Do not break. I can see it twisting too. Ooh. Just get like a heat gun on it. Use my part separator. The problem is it's like barely connected, but no, it still won't get it apart. I think the part separator is gonna do it though. Don't snap that peg, boy. Oof. 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 Oh. Not pleasant. All right, let's try again very carefully. Try assuming everything with WD-40. Yeah, I know, WD-40. Much better. Whew. Still a little bit snug that very last little bit there, but hopefully should be able to get it apart again later and not feel like we're on the verge of death. Okay. Petition to take HG Zabungle off P Bandai. Yeah, I don't know. Bandai's been on this kick of like remaking some of these like really old retro mecha anime designs that they have old kits of and remaking them as these new kits, right? Some of them P Bandai, some of them not. Like Photoms, like granted they're like the other Votoms kits that Bandai has are not retro. They're like relatively, I don't know, they're not new, not old anyway. Not super retro. But what's the other one? There's that. There's what was the other one? It's one that they came out with that wasn't P Bandai, but I don't know if it's got reprinted at all. It was that white one. I reviewed it. I can't remember what it's called. It's like white. Damn. With red and blue. It had the lifter pack on it. Remember what I'm talking about? There's the L game. Yes, there's that one as well. Yep. That was what? And they did the that one as well. The Dragonar. Yeah, that's what it was. Yes, the Dragonar. Almost dropped it. It wasn't P Bandai, but I don't think that they've. Oh, the camera's still frozen. All right, sorry guys. I don't think that that kit's gotten a reprint since it first released. I don't know if it will. And also the L-Game. Also, that was not P Bandai, right? I know, like I think it was the Mark II was P Bandai, and the regular one was not, if I'm remembering correctly. But I don't think that's been reprinted either, so it's kind of one of those where it might as well be a premium Bandai kit. So it's still going to be hard to find, even though it was a standard release kind of thing. But yeah, Bandai has been on a kick of redesigning some of their old IP. Or I guess I don't know. I'm not even sure if all of those are Bandai's IP or not, to be honest. Reopen. I know. Sorry, I disappeared for a second there. Here I am. Okay, we're back. Good morning, Mark. Let's see. L-Game hasn't been reprinted. Yeah. Or the 86 kits. Yeah, that's true. Good point. I don't know. But Bandai does know that we do love like the MG Buster Gundam, so that's going to get reprinted basically multiple times a year. It's kind of weird. We've been noticing this, that over the past couple of years especially, there's like a number of kits that just keep getting reprinted, and then there's other kits that never get reprinted. So I don't know. Wish I could make sense of it for myself and for all of you as well, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me either. Hello, what's up? Full Metal Panic kits need reprinted. Yep, there's another one. I mean, I'm sure we could go down a very long list of kits, especially for stuff like that. I don't know. Is Full Metal Panic a Bandai property, a Bandai IP? So I mean, for stuff, if it's not a Bandai IP, then I would imagine the reprinting or lack of reprinting maybe has something just to do with licensing, I guess. Could very well be the case. But if Bandai owns it, then it's kind of odd, yeah. Just popping in for a sec. Did he say why he is building such a random kit right now in particular? I didn't. Well, yeah. I mean, I think I said basically, but yeah, it's for my contest entry, competition, World Gunpla competition entry. It's one of the kits that I'll be using in that, so that's why I'm building such a random kit. Yes. I posted about it on Instagram, Twitter. I'm gonna say Twitch. We are streaming on Twitch at the moment, but yeah, I posted about it, kind of very vaguely, a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, and then talked about it extensively with Ryan. As for when the next episode is gonna be with Ryan of GBWIP, which I'm still very pleased with myself about that. The title and logo for that. I wasn't sure. Like, we knew that we wanted to do that, Ryan and I, as like a series that's going to be kind of ongoing this year, like every couple weeks, live streams. But we didn't really know what to call it, or just kind of how to deal with that aspect of it. But I knew that we couldn't put GBWC in the title, so had to come up with something. Arg. Okay, I think this might be easier to connect this first. In theory. Oof. All right, then connect it around here. And our side skirts, which I'm probably gonna need to take off again later when putting on the legs. But for now, we can put these on here. Here we go. It's starting to take some shape now. All right. Let's build a leg. Actually, we really don't have a whole lot of time left. I think let's start a leg. And we're probably not even going to finish a leg. So I don't know. I won't have a part 2 live stream build of this. I'll finish up the build off camera, because then I do plan on doing just like a quick review of this kit. I know it's a kit that's been out forever, and I've reviewed the OVA version, so maybe not necessarily too much to go over. I feel like it's worthwhile to do a review, just so that the information is out there for anybody who's interested in getting this version of the kit. Anyway, yeah, so there won't be a part 2 of the live build. I'll finish the build off stream because either tomorrow or probably more likely Wednesday, because tomorrow morning I'll be live with Adam in the morning on the USA Gundam TV channel. So maybe just not to have like 2 live streams in a day, which I've done quite a few of lately, it feels like, but I don't want to tomorrow. So probably the next live build will be on Wednesday, where I'll actually be building the Galehound, the Kotobukiya Galehound kit. And then maybe Friday, assuming that the kit's ready, we can build the Rizel. That sounds like a good plan to me. Yeah, at the moment, no more interviews scheduled. So, like the recent interviews that I've been doing, I hope that you guys have been enjoying that, by the way. Definitely check those out. All of the past handful of interviews that I've done have all been with, you know, amazingly talented modelers. So, definitely check those out if you guys have not yet. But don't have any more scheduled at the moment. So that's another thing I need to work on, but you know, it's one of many things that I need to work on. So, you know. All right. The foot is up next. Before we get to the rest of the leg. And let's see. I think that's basically it for my programming notes for the moment anyway. I can tell you guys that there is a video uploaded and scheduled for going live later tonight, this evening, at least here, like East Coast time. I guess West Coast, if you're on the West Coast, it'd be like afternoon your time. But anyway, the next video is actually going to be my top picks for 2023. Try to do that every year at the end of the year, or usually it's at the beginning of the next year, because then I've actually got a better view of everything that came out. But yeah, next video is talking about what were some of the best Gunpla kits from last year. Any predictions? Master Grade Messer, MG Nether Gundam. Yeah, don't think that either of those are going to be happening. But any predictions for what's going to be on my top 10? It is a top 10 of Gunpla releases from last year. You'll never guess. What was actually kind of funny about it was that there, in fact, was not that many kits to choose from. So, yeah, it wasn't too hard. A lot of times, if I wanted to like narrow it down, I guess like if I had to narrow it down to maybe a top 5 would have been more difficult. But at least just getting a top 10 was pretty easy. Quite a lot of pieces here in the foot. You get the sense that like half of the pieces for the entire leg are just in the foot. But let's see. Calibarn and Zeta guaranteed. Ah, interesting thought. you may be surprised. MGSD Barbatos, Calibarn, G-Witch Sweep. To a degree, yes. Yeah. RG Epion, MG New Gundam Ver.Ka 2.0. Huh? I think you're confused on what the theme of the video is that we're talking about. May just finish up just the foot here, and we might have to just call it a day. But yeah. So certainly the kit has some issues. I don't want to say necessarily, like, for as much trouble as this kit's kind of given me already, I still would be very hesitant to say that, like, oh yeah, this kit's got issues. It's not really so much that the kit itself, like, has issues. It's more of like just, I don't know, the plastic. And it doesn't necessarily mean, like, if I were to say, like, just for me personally, if I were to say that, yeah, this kit has issues, it means that it's something that you or I, if we're working on the kit, would be, like, well advised to fix. Like, I don't know, or something that would need to be fixed, or, like, in order for the kit to do what it needs to do. Like, at the moment, I don't really know, like, the issues that I've had with this kit so far, just in terms of, like, tight pegs and things like that. I don't know if that's really going to make that much of a difference in terms of, like, the kit being able to do cool poses and hold its weapons and things like that, you know, to basically, like I said, do what it needs to do. I'm not sure. Has it been frustrating to build because of that? Yeah. But don't think that still, like, I don't think that I would say it's a bad kit. A little bit frustrating to build, yes. Does that make sense to everyone? Can we all agree on that? Or, I don't know, what do you think? Let's see. We've got a couple different thruster bells here. I'm not exactly sure which one's which. I think this is right. I said I was going to stop after the foot, but I'm just kind of looking at the instructions here, looking at the leg, and it seems like I can get a little bit more of the leg done in a relatively quick amount of time here. So I'm just going to continue on for a couple minutes more here on this. Why not? We're here. Just that. But will say to you guys, thanks for being here and hanging out. Sorry if you were here from the start. Sorry about the technical issues at the beginning. That was very odd. But for whatever reason, we made it through it. And now made some decent progress here on this guy. I would have liked to have actually been able to finish it, or at least get a little bit farther than we did. But it is what it is. It's never a bad thing if a kit takes a little bit longer to put together than you anticipated. Because, like I've said on many occasions, I think a lot of when you're buying a model kit, you should look at it that, you know, part of what you're paying for is, you know, the model kit itself. Another part of it is you're paying for the experience, the time that you're going to spend working on the kit. And if the kit takes more time to put together, ultimately that translates to more value, I think, is a fair way of looking at it. So, you know the feeling where if you like get a kit or anything that you spend money on and then it's like gone too soon, like immediately used up, whatever the case may be. I don't know. I mean, like, imagine you were, I don't know, getting whatever else, spending money on something, and it's very fleeting right away. You feel a bit like it was not necessarily like a waste of money, but you don't feel like it has the same value. Right? So if a kit like this is going to force me to spend a little bit more time putting it together, then maybe it has more value. I think we are going to finish up this leg here, I suppose. So just about done. This last part should be pretty quick. Up. And let's see. Ooh. Okay. Oof. There we go. Right on. And then last but not least, of course, we've got our hip, which is this going to need to be sanded as well. Let's see. It's tight into the top of the leg. That's good. I want it to be tight there. This part into the hip is where I'm thinking I'm fine with it being a little bit more loose if that's going to be the case, but I don't think that's the case. So just before I even try it out, I'm just going to assume that it's going to be very tight. It should be, but for my purposes, yeah, I'd rather it just fit snugly. There's our leg. Such a beautiful and sexy design. Oof. Come on then. Satisfying pop. And man, what a beautiful kit. As much as it's been a bit of a pain so far putting it together, it's such a great design. Always wonderful to see. All right, yeah. Hopefully we'll get a perfect grade at some point. But anyway, yeah, for now, that's going to be it for today's stream. Sorry we couldn't get any further along on the build, but I'll finish it up. And then I will have a review for you guys. Like I said, I have already reviewed the OVA version a couple years ago. Probably a couple more than that. But so it's going to be, I can probably relatively straightforward, sort of quick review. I'll try to keep it straightforward and quick. Just basically as a way for us to say, okay, if you want to go the route of the Ver.Ka, here's what to expect. And yeah. So anyway, there's a custom resin of the PG. Yes, I have seen that there's a resin conversion kit for the PG. Sinanju basically converts the PG unicorn into the PG Sinanju, which is interesting. But yeah, I have seen that. I think it was what's his name on YouTube built it, right? It's a Gunpla. It's a Gundam. It's a Gunpla. Yeah, I think I saw that. But yeah, that's it for today, guys. I'll work on this, and I got a whole bunch of other stuff I'm working on. Check out the video later tonight. Like I said, in a couple hours from now, it'll be going live. That'll be the my top picks for the best of 2023 Gunpla. Yeah. It costs like $700 to $1,000. Yeah, that if you're talking the resin conversion kit, I'm sure it's expensive for sure. Seen that video from a Korean builder. Oh, it's a Korean builder. I know that God Hand made one. The builder who goes by the name God Hand is a Korean guy. I don't know if he made a Sinanju. I know he made a unicorn kit. Did he make a Sinanju too? It was like, what was the scale on it? It was huge. I think it's 1/35 scale, 1/48 or 1/35. Maybe it's just 1/48, but it's larger than the PG anyway. And it was just like all 3D printed and everything, and it looks amazing anyway. But anyway, okay. Bye, guys. Have a great day. See you later.